Sometimes life changes quietly. There is no big moment, no loud warning, no dramatic event. You simply wake up one morning and feel it. The world feels faster, the noise feels louder, and your heart feels tired of rushing. If this sounds like you, let me say this gently. There is nothing wrong with you. After 70, many people notice the same thing. Crowded places feel heavy. Long conversations feel draining. Even simple errands can leave you exhausted. Slowly, without trying, home begins to feel like the safest place on earth. And today, I want to talk about that. Why staying home after 70 is not giving up on life. It is choosing peace. It is choosing yourself. When we were younger, life demanded movement. We had jobs to do, families to care for, bills to pay, and goals to chase. We learned how to push through tiredness. We learned how to show up even when our bodies asked for rest. We learned how to survive in a world that rewarded speed and productivity. And we did it well. For decades, we built, provided, supported, and endured. But after 70, life begins to ask different questions. Not how much can you do, but how deeply can you live? Not how busy are your days, but how calm is your heart? I once imagined an older man sitting by his window early in the morning. The house is quiet. A cup of warm tea rests in his hands. Outside, the light slowly touches the trees. He does not rush. He does not check the clock. He simply sits and breathes. Years ago, he would have already been out the door, but now he understands something he did not know before. Peace matters more than motion. Home becomes different after 70. It is no longer just a place to sleep. It becomes a shelter for your nervous system. Inside your home, your body finally feels safe. You do not have to watch traffic. You do not have to read faces. You do not have to keep up with anyone. You can move slowly. You can sit quietly. You can breathe deeply without feeling rushed. The chair fits your body just right. The sounds are familiar. The light enters the room in a way you recognize. These small comforts calm the heart in ways people rarely talk about. Another change that comes with age is how you feel energy. When you were younger, energy felt endless. You could give it away all day and still wake up ready for more. Now, energy feels precious. Every outing costs something. Every long conversation takes something. Staying home helps you protect what you have left. It lets you spend your strength on what truly matters. This is not weakness. This is wisdom. Many seniors feel quiet pressure from others to stay busy. Friends or family may say you should go out more, stay active, stay social. They mean well. But they do not feel what your body feels. They do not hear what your heart whispers. Being home does not mean you are loneliness. Loneliness is feeling unseen. Solitude is feeling whole. At home, in quiet moments, your thoughts slow down, your breathing deepens, old memories rise gently, emotions finally get space to be felt. This is healing. There is also something powerful about routine. After 70, waking when your body is ready. Making food the way you like it, sitting in the same place each morning. These small rituals bring stability to a world that feels unpredictable. They remind you that life does not need to be loud to be meaningful. Peace grows in simple moments. Staying home is not retreating from life. It is meeting life differently. It is choosing calm over chaos. Presence over pressure. It is allowing yourself to live at your own pace for the first time in decades. And that choice takes courage. If you find comfort in staying home, trust that feeling. If quiet feels good to your soul, allow it. You have already given enough to the world. Now it is time to give something back to yourself. And this is only the beginning of why staying home after 70 may be one of the kindest decisions you will ever make. If you stay with me, then write continue below. As the days become quieter, something gentle begins to happen inside your body. When there is less rushing and less pressure, your system finally starts to rest. This is one of the hidden gifts of staying home after 70. Stress slowly loosens its grip. Your heart no longer feels the need to race. Your breathing becomes deeper. Sleep comes more easily when the mind is not overstimulated. Peace is not only emotional, it is physical too. When your surroundings are calm, your body receives a clear message that it is safe. And when the body feels safe, healing becomes possible. Muscles begin to relax. Digestion improves. Tension that has lived in your shoulders for years slowly melts away. These changes do not happen overnight. They arrive quietly, little by little, like sunlight warming. Staying home gives your body time to repair itself in ways it could not when life was always demanding more being. At home also allows you to move in ways that feel natural instead of forced. You stretch in the morning. You walk slowly through your rooms. You stand by the window and shift your weight as you watch the world pass by. These small movements keep your body alive without exhausting it. They respect where you are instead of pushing you toward where you think you should be. Your body becomes a partner again, not something you must fight against. There is also deep emotional healing that happens in stillness. Over a lifetime, many feelings are placed on hold because there was never enough time. Grief, disappointment, regret, even quiet joy at home, in moments of silence. These emotions finally have space to breathe. They rise gently, they ask for attention. And when you allow them, something inside softens. Your heart becomes lighter. Old weight begins to lift. Your home becomes a safe container for this healing. One of the hardest things to release after 70 is guilt. Guilt for not doing enough. Guilt for saying no. Guilt for choosing rest. Society teaches us that value comes from being busy. But at this stage of life, busyness steals more than it gives. You have already carried responsibilities for decades. You have already shown strength in ways no one applauded. You do not need to prove anything anymore. Rest is not laziness. Quiet is not weakness. Staying home is not failure, it is self-respect. Some people may not understand this choice. They may encourage you to go out more or stay active at all costs. Often this comes from their own discomfort with stillness, but you are not responsible for easing their discomfort. You are responsible for your well-being. And your well-being grows best in spaces that feel familiar and safe. At home, you have control over your world. You decide when to engage and when to rest. You decide who has access to your energy. This sense of choice becomes deeply important later in life. It restores dignity. It reminds you that you are still the author of your days. There is also quiet beauty in home life that many people overlook. The sound of rain against the window, the comfort of a favorite blanket. These moments are small, but they are not empty. They are full of meaning. After 70, meaning shifts. It no longer comes from achievement or accumulation. It comes from awareness, from gratitude, from being present with what is. These are not ordinary things. They are the essence of life. Staying home allows you to notice these moments without distraction. There is no schedule pulling you away. No noise competing for your attention. You can sit with the present long enough to feel its fullness. This is where contentment grows. Not from having more, but from needing less. Your home becomes a quiet teacher. It shows you that you can live with less stimulation and still feel alive. It reminds you that you are enough without constant activity. It teaches patience, acceptance, and gentleness. These lessons are subtle, but they stay with you. And slowly, almost without realizing it, peace becomes something you carry inside, not something you search for outside. As you spend more time at home, something else begins to grow inside you, a quiet strength. Not the loud kind that proves itself, the gentle kind that steadies your heart. You start to feel more grounded in your own life. Challenges still appear, of course, but they no longer shake you the same way. There is a calm place inside that you can return to again and again. You are not shrinking your world by staying home, you are refining it. After 70, life becomes less about chasing excitement and more about cultivating peace. Your days soften, your evenings feel slower. Your body begins to trust that it does not have to be on alert all the time. And when the body feels safe, the mind follows. Thoughts slow down. Worries loosen their grip. The heart becomes quieter. There is something deeply meaningful about aging alongside your home. The space changes with you. It adapts to your needs. It holds your routines, your memories, your quiet victories. It becomes a companion in this chapter of life, offering consistency in a world that feels uncertain. The walls have witnessed your story. They have seen laughter, tears, strength, and surrender. There is comfort in being surrounded by your own history. Many seniors reach a point where they realize that what matters most is not how much they did, but how they felt. Did you feel rushed or at peace? Did you feel pressured or content? Did you feel safe in your own life? Staying home gives you the chance to answer those questions with kindness toward yourself. This stage of life is not meant to be hurried. It is meant to be felt. It is meant to be lived gently. Your body has carried you through decades of effort. Your heart has held love, loss, and resilience. Now they both deserve care. Choosing to stay home does not mean you stop. It means you finally start listening. You listen to your body when it asks for rest. You listen to your heart when it asks for quiet. You listen to your spirit when it asks for simplicity. There is no shame in this. There is wisdom. Some days may still feel lonely. That is human. But there is a difference between being alone and being at peace. When you learn to sit comfortably with yourself, solitude becomes a gift. It gives you space to reflect, space to remember, space to simply exist without needing to perform for anyone. Your home allows this. It gives you permission to be exactly who you are, right now, not who you were decades ago, and not who others expect you to be. Just you, a person who has lived, learned, a person who deserves gentleness. There is beauty in simple days, in slow mornings, in quiet afternoons, in evenings where you sit in your favorite place and let the day fade away. These moments may seem small, but they carry deep peace. After 70, peace becomes the real success. You no longer need to fill every hour. You no longer need to explain your choices. You no longer need to prove your worth. Your value is already written in the life you have lived. So if staying home feels right to you, trust that feeling. If quiet brings comfort, welcome it. If your heart feels lighter when you move at your own pace, honor that peace does not come from running into the world. It comes from settling into yourself. And very often, the doorway to that peace is the home you already have. Before we close, let me leave you with this thought. You do not need to be everywhere. You do not need to do everything. You only need to be present with the life you have right now. Breathe deeply. Move gently. Be kind to yourself. If this message spoke to your heart, share your thoughts in the comments. Write peace at home below and tell us where you are watching from. You are not alone here. We are walking this journey together. Thank you for spending this quiet moment with me.